Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, thanks for watching this video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to manage or keep track of all your expenses with one simple application on your phone. So if you should launch the Google Play Store, you could find this application called Monefy. So basically, it will allow you to keep track of all your expense. It will budget. It is basically a budget manager, and you have the pro version of this application, which is the one I'm using currently. However, this is a free version which you could use and make advantages of. Well, so let me launch this application. So it is right here, Monefy Pro. So let me launch this application. So once you first launch this application, as you can see, we have an interface which is quite easy to understand. These icons represent various tasks on a daily basis. So basically you have food, home, and all other things which you would spend money on. So what you need to do when launch this application, you need to set a budget. So basically you could set a monthly budget, a year, a week, a day, and so on. So if you're traveling for like a week and you want to set a budget, you could simply input the money here which you'll be traveling with, and once you've used something, you could keep track of it by using this application. So let's go into settings and let me show you guys how to set up this application. So on settings, you have quite a few things here. We could set budget mode, carryover, or future recurring records. So first things first, I'm going to change the theme to dark. And let's go back into settings. You could also change the currency to whichever currency you feel you use, and they have quite a lot of currency here. I'm going to set this to the US dollars. Okay, so the currency is now set to US dollars. You could set the first day of the week. You could use a password to protect this application so no one will be able to tamper with your budget or anything that you spend. So as you can see, we have this synchronization option here, which we could sync this to our Dropbox or Google Drive. I won't do that right now. However, you can feel free to do that. And also you have an export file here. So basically, if you have a 1 month budget running and you finish that month, you could simply export the file and have that. So for the next month, you could better prepare. And as you can see, we could backup or restore the data from the bottom options here. So as you can see, we have the month of July here. So let me go back. Let me add some money to this. So let's say we have okay, so we want to add $3,000. So let's choose a category, and this could be our savings or salary or deposit. So let's select salary. So basically that's $3,000 for the month of July. And we have all of these expenses to cover. We have the home, the car, the transportation, food, dinner, clothes, and all of that, health, telephone, and so on. So let's say for your home, you would be required to spend around $500. Let's add the house, and as you can see right off the gate, it deducted $500. And as you can see, we have our balance here, which is 2,500. We can see that our salary is 3,000. The house deduction took $500 from that, and that was inputted on July 11th. So let's go back. So now we have telephone. We could add, let's say, $35 for telephone or communications, and as you can see, it automatically deducted that right off the gate. And as you can see, this is a huge pie chart right here. So whenever you add more things to it, it will basically display that as a pie chart. Let's say someone got sick and we had to spend $200 to get that sorted out. So let's add health. So now as you can see, the home is taking up 68% of what we spend. The health is taking up 27%, and the communications is taking up 5%. Now let's say for food we needed to spend Let me see, we needed to spend $400, so let's add food. And as you can see, basically separated all of our expenses or salary, and we can see we have the balance here. The ones in red are the ones that are being deducted. The one in green is our salary. So basically this will keep track of everything you do. So if you take a transportation, let's say you take a taxi for $12, you could add that right there, and as you can see, we could click on the balance here and we would be able to see whatever we spent our money on and whichever day we added it. So this is quite useful, a useful application if you wanted to keep track of your expense, however you spend your money, because this is quite useful if you are a spender who sometimes get lost in whatever you spend your money on. Let's say you're buying clothes, you would sometimes get lost in the amount of clothes you buy. Let's say you spend $350 on clothes for the month. That is automatically deducted, and as you can see, we have a track of everything that we buy here. So this is an interesting application to keep track of your expense, and there are quite a few more unique features in here. We could add more accounts. So basically we could add our Visa card account, we could add cash accounts and accounts for different currencies and so on. We could add different categories, different sources of incomes as well. So those are pretty cool. And as you can see, we have the currencies, which is currently United States dollars. And as you can see, we could set future recurring records. So basically those transactions which we carried out will be repeated for the next month. And we could set it on budget mode. So if we don't want to spend more than a certain amount of money for the month, we could set the budget to the amount, and basically it will alert you whenever you have spent that specific amount of money. And as you can see, we could export the file. We could export it as, or basically any character set, we'll leave it at the default, and basically this will export as a spreadsheet or CSV file, which basically opens in spreadsheet. And we could choose to send it to our Gmail, share it on WhatsApp, or save it to our file manager. So that is basically it, guys. A look into Monefy Pro. If you want to keep track of all your expenses, this is the perfect application for you to do this. So if you found this useful, please let me know in the comments. You could find this application on Google Play Store, and the Pro version is around $2.50. Now if you're budgeting money, I'm pretty sure you could spend that to get the Pro version of this application. So let me know if you tried this application, and basically let me know if it worked for you, how well it's working out to keep track of your budget or your expenses for the month, the week, the year, or whenever. So thank you guys for watching. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Hacker 007.